Layla was eager to try out a few of the other things she had brought along with her. "Do I really have to worry about something like this?" Quinn said as he picked up a clove of garlic. "Inspect." "A clove of garlic. Due to your heightened senses, the piece may taste extremely bad. Safe to consume." Quinn had actually expected this result before even using his inspect skill. The taste of food had slightly changed ever since his evolution. The only thing that still tasted fine for him was meat. Before touching any of the other items, Quinn made sure to use his inspect skill on each one. First was the metal cross. "A religious symbol that has no effect." Then the chain. "A silver chain that is made up of 92% silver. Wearing the item can be used as a fashion accessory." Quinn asked, "I kind of get the cross, but what about the silver? And they're just for werewolves?" Suddenly, Layla's eyes started to sparkle up. The first vampire was said to be cursed by the god Apollo, to be burnt by sunlight. Then, when the man tried to touch Artemis' bow, she cursed the human further to be affected by silver. Layla explained. Then, with the cross, vampires have always been seen as workers of the devil, a creature that needed to suck blood to live, and of course God, in the eyes of many, is a fighter of evil, and the cross is a symbol of the god. The only vampire weakness it seems you have so far is sunlight, although I have to admit that's a pretty big one. Do you feel like you're not getting older yet?" "What?" Quinn said, confused. "How would I even know? It's only been a few days." Then a dreaded thought had entered Quinn's mind. If it was true that he would no longer age, did that mean his appearance would stay the same as it did now? Would he look like a young teenage boy for the rest of his life? With the test over, it was time for the two of them to head back to their dorm rooms. But when he entered the room, once again neither Vorden or Peter was there. He couldn't help but shake the feeling that these new friends of Peter weren't actually friends of his, and was wondering what to do. On Monday morning, they were to attend a morning class with their teacher, Dell. The three of them sat in the back of the class as usual, while Layla sat at the front, with Aaron by her side. "All right, class, I have an important announcement to make. The preparations for your first portal outing have been completed. It's time for you kids to go explore the universe a bit more." They were often used to travel to other planets. The technology was obtained when humanity managed to take down their first Dalkey ship and discovered a portal inside. In today's world, there were generally three different groups of people who had and owned portals. The military was the first group. Next were private corporations. They usually had powerful originals backing them. Many of these companies would also form a faction, a group of powerful travelers, just for exploring other planets. And lastly was the group known as Pure, a group that didn't believe in the use of abilities. There were three types of portals, each different in color. There was green, orange, and red. Green meant that the planet it led to had already been explored, and there were human shelters that had been built. The next was orange. This meant that the planet hadn't been fully explored yet. There were some shelters in place, but the level of the beast could be too high in certain areas, or they just hadn't explored everywhere yet. And finally, the red portals. These were unexplored planets. There were no shelters for regular humans to live in. Only travelers or military personnel would usually go into these portals for exploration, and the worst thing about them was they didn't know if the Dalkey were on the planet as well. A student then raised his hand while seated in the center of the class. "What about the beasts that were discovered on those planets? Will we learn about them?" "For now, that's all you need to know about the portals. Yes, this also led us to discover beasts on these planets, and they are what we use to create our beast weapons. But you will be told more detail about that when you arrive," Dell explained. "Now for the important part. The portal expedition will take place next week, but before even that, you will be required to form your own team of 5. The same student once again raised his hand, and Dell had a look on his face like it was starting to get annoying. "Do you know where we will be going?" "That information will be revealed to you on the day. Many of you here have family members who, if they knew where you were, would send guards out to protect you on these planets, but that wouldn't be fair, especially since we will also be assessing you on this. Now, if there aren't any more questions, your combat classes for today are canceled. Today you are to form a team of 5 and report back to us by the end of the day." Vorden then turned his head immediately. "Hey, Quinn, you want to be on the—" But standing by Quinn's side already was Layla, who had sprinted from the front of the class to the back. "Hey, do you want to make a team with me, Quinn?" Layla said, smiling. Sure," Quinn answered. Truthfully, Quinn wanted to ask Layla to be on the same team. They didn't know how long their first assessment was going to take, and if he was to get hurt or injured, he was going to need a blood source of some type. Even if Vorden didn't like it, he knew this was going to happen. "Hey, Quinn, do you mind if I join as well?" he said, smiling, trying to hide his annoyance. "Of course, and Peter as well." Peter's face was a little shocked at hearing the sound of his name, and at the same time his feelings were confused. "Yeah, that would be good," Peter said. Then, when the others were just thinking about who the fifth member should be, Aaron had approached Vorden, of all people in the room. "I want to make a team with you." Not only were Quinn and the others shocked that Aaron had approached Vorden, but so was the whole class. "I'm sorry," Vorden said, "but I've already decided to make a team with these guys." Vorden's response to Aaron seemed to be even crazier to everyone else as well. Aaron then looked at the group of people who Vorden pointed at. "Who are they?" Aaron said. "What? We took the test together. I even helped you out at the assembly hall," Layla complained. "Why would you stay with these weak people? Surely you can get a better grade if you join me and a few others," Aaron said. "I don't care about the grades. I just want to have fun while I'm still in school," Vorden replied. "Fine, I can accept the girl and the strangely strong boy, but I can't accept him," Aaron said, pointing at Peter. Peter's heart suddenly started to thump louder. If he didn't get in Vorden's and Quinn's team, he would be in huge trouble. "Why do we need you anyway?" Vorden said. "Wait a minute," Layla interrupted. "I think she would make a good addition to the team. Besides, Vorden, doesn't your ability rely on those around you to be strong as well?" "Layla, I understand what you're saying, but for once I agree with Vorden," Quinn replied. "I don't care how strong she is. She can't just come in and kick one of us out. She can join the team, but only if Peter stays." "Fine, I will join, but I wish for the 5 of us to have a retesting to see where we stand," Aaron asked. "Perhaps we can go visit the training center, display what we can do to the rest." "Well, what do you want us to do?" Vorden asked. "I've already seen your powers, but I can't remember too much about the girl and the other two. Perhaps the girl can go first on the strength machine." "Damn it, same as last time. Looks like I haven't improved much," Layla complained. "For a level 2, that's a quite weak strength score, but judging by the bow, you're a ranged user anyway. It will be quite handy to have someone like you on the team," Aaron said. "Well, I'm hoping that both of you can at least get the same score as her." "Looks like he's still level 1 then," Aaron said. As Peter went to punch the machine, the earth around from the pole started to form around his fist. "Well, what are you waiting for?" Aaron said, looking at Quinn. As Quinn walked up to the strength machine, all he wanted to do was punch the machine as hard as he could. He wanted to shut up the arrogant Aaron, who felt like she was better than everyone else. But Quinn couldn't reveal himself here, especially in front of the others. He readied his fist and redid his footwork. The gauntlets were equipped on his hands, and Quinn let his fist out. Bang. "Hey man, didn't you get stronger?" Vorden said, surprised. "I thought you got a 5 on the test last time. You been working out or something?" "Actually, it was thanks to that game you showed me," Quinn replied. "I met someone who really helped and showed me how to activate the beast weapon strength properly. I worked hard hoping I wouldn't be useless for you guys." This was a lie, but Quinn felt like it was quite convincing. "Didn't the second year say you needed to treat it like activating your ability, though? I thought you didn't have one." "Apparently that isn't a requirement, but just to help you visualize activating your beast weapons," Quinn replied back. "Well, a score of 10 isn't that impressive. The only reason we are talking about it is because you're a level 1, Aaron said. "Is this okay then?" Layla asked. "Yes," Aaron replied. "I still wish to join your team. I believe even with the extra luggage we have on board, with me and Vorden, we can come out as the top team during this assessment." "Well, if combat classes have been cancelled for the day, is there anything you wanted to do?" Vorden asked. "Actually, I was planning to head to the VR capsules," Quinn replied. "You can go ahead," Vorden said. "I know I showed you how to play the other day, but to be honest, I'm sick and tired of that game." With Quinn heading off to the VR room, that left Peter and Vorden all on their own. "Hey, so do you want to practice a bit more with your ability? I know you're saving up so you can buy a few more skill books. Maybe we can get you to a level 2 before heading off into the portal." "Sure, that sounds like a good idea," Peter replied. But Peter's strange actions didn't go unnoticed, and Vorden had a feeling it had something to do with those students he went to hang around with a few days ago. Quinn had finally arrived at the VR center. He decided while inside the capsule he would split his session into 2 halves. For the first 30 minutes, he would spend it facing against level 1s. Then, for the second half of the session, he would use it searching for quick matches, battling against opponents of all different strengths. Quinn entered the game and started his first match with his plan. That's when Nate noticed that the ID Blood Evolver was online. Nate then was suddenly transported into the arena, and all that he witnessed was Quinn defeating weak level 1s in a matter of minutes. "Let the grinding begin." Quinn said as he took down his next opponent. 170 of 800 EXP. Nate continued to observe Quinn and his fighting style, and wondered just why he didn't fight the same as when he fought against him. Finally, 30 minutes had passed. That's when Quinn noticed that he had a spectator. Nate, who was sitting in the seats, gave a wave back. Oh, it's him. I wonder what he's doing here. Then a thought came to Quinn's mind. He then went on to the game system and sent out a party invite to Nate. Nate was too curious and wanted to know what Quinn wanted, and decided to accept. Hey, how are you doing? I hope you're not planning some type of revenge, are you? Nate said as he proceeded cautiously towards Quinn. No, actually, I wanted to ask you something. The person who I fought with before, your friend, I wanted to know more about his cape and where he had received it from. Oh, Sam's cape. That's why you wanted to talk to me. Nate then looked at Quinn standing in front of him. In his hands, he wore his gauntlets. Wait a minute, are you a first year? Nate said.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.